The news wrap for today isn't just about a race result slipping away. It's a cautionary tale about edge case rules, race day pressure, and how a single technical misstep can rewrite a weekend narrative in an instant. So let's dive in like you're watching a live reaction video where we parse not just what happened, but why it matters for Verstappen, for the team, and for endurance racing culture as a whole. From the moment the checkered flag waved at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, Max Verstappen and his crew looked unbeatable. They dominated the second race of the Nürburgring Langstrecken Series, a proving ground that whispers whether a driver can translate raw pace into a grueling 24-hour performance. My take here: dominance on track is one thing. Dominance under the microscope of endurance rules is another. And that tension is exactly what endurance fans live for: strategy under duress, precision under pressure, and a little chaos to remind you nothing in endurance is guaranteed. But then the mood shifted in real time. A post-race skin flagged a tire usage violation. The team had used 7 sets of tires instead of the 6 allowed for race day. In a series where the rulebook is the referee and the pit wall its chief architect, that 6th tire isn't just a number. It's a symbol of discipline, of planning, of not leaving even a single edge unpolished. Personally, I think this reveal is a perfect microcosm of endurance racing. The fastest car with the wrong compliance can't win, no matter how clean the laps looked on the scoreboard. What makes this really interesting is how the problem unfolded. It wasn't a dramatic crash or a mechanical failure mid-race. It was a post-race audit, a quiet, procedural moment that exposes a larger truth. Endurance racing thrives on meticulous housekeeping. The team acknowledged an internal error and accepted the consequence. This isn't just about punishment. It's about accountability in a discipline that prizes repeatable, reliable processes as much as raw speed. In my opinion, that humility is a healthier takeaway for the sport than a narrative of blame. Let's unpack the ripple effects. With Verstappen's car excluded, the victory didn't vanish into thin air. It shifted to the row racing BMW duo of Dan Harper and Jordan Pepper, with the Falcon Porsche and Black Falcon trio rounding out a podium that still tells a story. The Nordschleife is as much about strategic depth as it is about pace. A detail I find fascinating is how endurance results pivot not just on laps completed, but on the integrity of the race day framework: tire quotas, fuel windows, and park firm rules, all shaping the final standings in ways that fans often overlook. From a broader perspective, this incident underscores a bigger trend in top-level endurance racing. Teams are increasingly scrutinized under the same governance that governs premier events like the 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's a reminder that preparation extends beyond car setup and driver fitness to include a rigorous process culture. If you take a step back and think about it, the sport is moving toward a model where the margin for error shrinks as teams professionalize. Yet the allure remains in the unpredictable dance between order and chaos on a long track. What many people don't realize is how a minor compliance breach can dominate the conversation more than outright on-track drama. The car's speed to the finish line is still part of the story, but the technical breach, 7 tires versus 6, becomes a lens through which fans evaluate every other team's paperwork, checks, and audit readiness. This raises a deeper question: is speed enough, or does endurance success demand flawless administration in addition to driver skill and car performance? A lot of viewers will ask, could Verstappen have avoided this? My take is that it's rarely a single misstep that causes a downfall in endurance racing. It's a chain of small oversights that reveals itself under the harsh light of post-race regulation. The team will analyze every process line: tire allocation logs, barcode scans, pit stop documentation, and the takeaway isn't just to fix a number, but to reinforce a culture where compliance is treated as a competitive edge, not a bureaucratic obstacle. Let's connect this to a bigger pattern you can apply to any sport with strict rules. In endurance racing, you don't just race to the finish line. You race to keep your entire operation within the lines: vehicle, crew, logistics, data handling. The struggle between speed and precision defines the leaderboard in 24-hour stamina tests. This incident reinforces that, more than ever, talent needs a halo of process excellence to convert raw speed into a win that stands up to scrutiny. Deeper insight: the Nordschleife event serves as a crucible for how teams balance ambition with discipline. Verstappen's pace was a statement, but the rule breach turned the weekend into a reminder that championships are won across the entire ecosystem, not just in the cockpit. The sport's future may hinge on how well teams can migrate that balance from sprint-era thinking into endurance-era consistency, where every corner data log, every tire lot, and every barcode check is part of the game plan. Closing thought. Endurance racing rewards not just speed, but the integrity of the process that makes that speed possible. Verstappen's case is a case study in how a brilliant driver can still be undone by a procedural misstep, and how the sport honors those who apply the same rigor off the track as they display on it. If you could take one takeaway for aspiring endurance fans or future competitors, it's this: your speed buys attention, your discipline sustains legacy. What do you think will be the most impactful change teams implement after this incident? More robust tire tracking, stricter post-race audits, or a cultural shift toward proactive compliance? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a comment with your take on whether the penalty was fair, or if you'd like to see a deeper dive into how tire allocations are managed in endurance racing. And as always, subscribe for more creator-led analysis where we connect the dots between pace, policy, and passion.